I went over in January and I stayed there until July. I had an English lorry with all the equipment in the back end, which we drove around to the troops stationed in England. And we only gave out coffee and donuts. The clubs, if the soldiers got into the towns where the clubs were, they got cigarettes and other gum and other stuff, but we only gave out coffee and donuts, and then gave them away. We didn't charge anything. I lost a ring in a donut.
Yeah.
Some GI must have clamped down on it.
Yeah.
And it was my grandmother's ring. We were taught how to change tire. Well, changing those tires on those trucks was no joke.
I bet.
And you had to get the crowbar out, and oh boy. And they weighed an absolute ton. You couldn't possibly lift one yourself.
They're huge.
Got down to Luxembourg the next day, all right, and we're put up at this beautiful chateau, you know, that's what they call it, thing. And the owners are there, and they very generously took in the three of us, and I guess there were some other outsiders. But it was plush living. Wow. I mean, plush living in the furnishings, but there wasn't any help or anything like that. But it was, I thought, jeepers, this is something I wouldn't see ordinary by just traveling over here. And I had the advantage of watching the invasion on D-Day. Two other girls and myself. Unfortunately, they were being watched by the military, and they came down and confiscated my camera. We were right down on the edge of the water practically, and it was an incredible amount of military vehicles that went by. I mean, literally, you could step from ship to ship to ship. I went to Washington. My son lives down there. He took me to the museum. That was a military museum for women, and I went in there. There was nothing to do. No mention of the Clubmobile at all. And I thought, you know, I asked a few people, officials standing around. Oh no, they'd never heard of the Clubmobile. And I said, well, it's a part of the Red Cross, and I was with them during the war. Oh yeah. I was news to them, but there wasn't a sign of any recognition to it. So I thought, yeah, that's sort of odd, which it was.